Hi, and welcome to another VHOT training tutorial video, this time on Dreamweaver CS 5.5. Adobe Dreamweaver CS 5.5 software offers a complete integrated environment in which to design, develop, test, and deploy websites and applications of all different types across various screens and devices. Whether you're creating the simplest static HTML page or an entire site built upon complex dynamic application frameworks, this new version of Dreamweaver streamlines both the front-end and back-end development tasks. With the addition of support for the JQuery mobile and PhoneGap frameworks, Dreamweaver CS 5.5 allows you to leverage HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to build native applications for the iOS and Android platforms. In this quick demo, I'll give you an overview of some of the new tools in Dreamweaver that'll help you get started right. In this example, we'll start from scratch using the built-in Dreamweaver templates for creating a native Android or iPhone application written entirely in HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. While we could obviously build everything from scratch, a much faster approach would be to use the JQuery mobile framework. This framework provides a touch-optimized layout system and widgets so that it makes life a little bit easier and faster. And there's now great support for the JQuery mobile framework in Dreamweaver CS 5.5. So in Dreamweaver, what we'll do is we'll ease up to the top, choose File, drop down to New, but this time in the New Document window, instead of working from the blank page section, I'm going to go ahead and click on Page from Sample, and you can see the Mobile Starters folder here. This directory has 3 different sample pages. The one I'm going to choose for this example is the JQuery Mobile Local. I'm going to ease down, click Create, click the button, and now you can see that there's a lot of code that's been added with this page that we just created. While Dreamweaver's added a good bit of code for us and gotten us started off right here, it doesn't look very impressive until you ease up and make some changes to the settings here. First of all, I'm going to click back over to the Design view and then also ease up to the top and choose Live View. Whenever you click Live View in 5.5, you can actually see a little bit better idea of what this is going to look like on the mobile device. Also, with the new multi-screen drop-down options, I'm going to move from full size down to 480 by 800 smartphone. Now you can see this very realistically inside the Dreamweaver preview window. I can also begin to click on the objects within the preview window and get a little bit better idea of what my mobile application will look like. Let's take a look at the code and make some quick modifications. I'll ease back up and choose Split Screen, and now we can see both the visual and the code view together. Using the new HTML5 data attribute, jQuery Mobile makes it easy to change color combinations, default behaviors for widgets, add transitions, and Dreamweaver 5.5 includes the ability to code hint for these options as well. So let's go back in here and make some adjustments real quick. I'm going to ease inside this div, and in this example I'm going to choose the data option. From that, choose theme. And there are 6 different themes that you can choose from here. The data theme attribute defines the color scheme which is applied to the page. So jQuery Mobile has 6 different schemes, but because this is simply CSS, we can also easily modify them or create our own. I'll need to ease back up to the top and click refresh, and you can see the theme applied. I'll make a small change here and go from B over to C, refresh again. Once again, you can see the theme is changed again. We can easily add additional pages or screens to our application, as well as all of the other available UI widgets, by clicking or dragging them from the Insert panel's new jQuery Mobile section. I'll ease up to the top, drop down from Common down to jQuery Mobile, and you can see all of the UI widgets here. What I'll do in this example is I'll add a new page. Notice that Dreamweaver is going to automatically give it the numbered page 5, and I'll click OK. I'll drop down between the H1 tags and make a modification here. And because all of the pages in our applications are contained within the same HTML file, jQuery Mobile uses anchors to identify the individual pages. So what we'll need to do is scroll back up and add some code to actually get to the new page that we've added. I'll go ahead and copy this list item, add it, change it over to page 5, and once again I'll make a change here as well. Ease up to the top, click refresh, and now you can see the new page is added. I can click on the page and it'll take you to the details of that page. At this point in time, we have a pretty good start on a mobile application. How you proceed will totally depend upon what UI widgets that you want to use and exactly what you want your application to do. However, when you're ready to compile this as a native application for smartphone, the first thing that you're going to need to do is install the respective frameworks for iOS and Android, the two most popular smartphone platforms at this time. If you want to develop for iOS, you'll need to manually register, download, and install the SDK. In order to ease the process for Android applications, Dreamweaver CS5 provides a one-click download and installation of the Android SDK. You can find that by clicking on Site, dropping down to Mobile Applications, and clicking on Configure Application Framework. Here you'll see the path and the Easy Install button. As you can see, I've already installed the Android SDK on my system here. Now that you have the SDK installed, you can specify settings for the application. Applications must contain the name of the person creating the application as well as a version number. To do this, I'll go back to Site, drop down to Mobile Applications, and click on Application Settings. Here you can also see some other areas for author name, application name, and here's a link where we can browse to a file that will contain the application icon, which in this case is a PNG file. Now, with a single click, we can instruct Dreamweaver CS 5.5 to hand off our application to the PhoneGap framework to compile our HTML, CSS, and JavaScript into a native application for our chosen platform. So I'll ease up to the top, click on Site, drop down to Mobile Applications, choose Build and Emulate, and then choose the Android option. You can now use the emulator to test your application, and if you're satisfied, you can go ahead and submit it to the iTunes Store or the Android Marketplace for distribution.